What are you gonna do when I'm gone? Whose shoulder are you gonna cry on? What are you gonna do on a day when I turn my head and just walk away? Now, what are you gonna say to your friends when the talk around town begins? Will you tell them how you treated me bad? Will you tell them how you made me so sad? 'Cause you make some people think that you love me a lot, but they just don't know you. And what they see isn't what we got. We're happy in the public side. They think you're such a wonderful guy, but they don't know how much you lied, and they don't know how much I cried. You're a real Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You make a pass at every girl that you see, and then when they hurt you, you come right back crying to me. I comfort you whenever you're low. Comfort you whenever you're low. You don't have a place you can go. You don't have a place you can go. Head on my shoulder to cry on. You can turn around and tell me a lie, but I just can't take it. I've gotta make it now. What are you gonna do when I'm gone? What are you gonna do when I'm gone? What are you gonna do when I'm gone?
Welcome back to Wake Up and Live with the Arts. You have just been entertained by the lovely Sandra Bass and the TraLaLas. What are you going to do when I'm gone? And when Sue asked me if I would like to co-host this segment, I jumped at the opportunity because it lets me kind of play disc jockey again, which I haven't been able to do for a number of years. Sandra, welcome to Wake Up and Live with the Arts.
Thank you.
Now, tell us about the TraLaLas. First of all, whose idea was this group?
Well, actually, it started with myself and my brother. His name is Billy Bass. He was a DJ from the 60s on WMMS and Wixie.
Wixie 1260.
That's right. That's right.
Part of the fraternity.
That's right. And as a matter of fact, he came up with our logo. We have a really nice logo of a female vocalist, and he did our logo for us, and we kind of collaborated on the name and came up with the TraLaLas.
And if I read the biographical information correctly, you are the Tra of the TraLaLas,
I'm
and
the Tra.
So the other are the LaLaLas, and
That's
who are
right.
they?
Well, we have Miss Ruby Turk, we have Miss Cosetta Ragland, and we also have Karana Gleros.
And how did you happen to come together?
Well, we all just happen
Wait
to
a
be
minute.
friends. Huh?
Wait a minute. Am I missing somebody? Who's Ruby?
Ruby Turk.
Oh, did she say that already?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's getting late.
Okay,
Okay.
I just happened to look at Ruby's.
Okay, I'll sit here and be quiet. Okay.
No more energy drinks for Sue. No more.
Okay, so I got that one wrong. Well, it's not my first time. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking there were a total of. No, there were only 4 ladies all total.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll get it together.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, you got.
You were telling us how you came to be, and all of you came together.
Yes,
And you've been in existence as a group for about a year.
for about a year now.
Now, let me ask you about the selection that we just heard on the one that we will hear in a few minutes. You
Okay.
happened to choose 2 of my all-time favorite songs,
Oh my.
especially the
okay.
one that we are going to hear in a few minutes.
Okay.
Now-
I saw you over there dancing.
I enjoy that. That is originally a Mary Wells
That's
tune. Now, your information indicated that you specialize in music by the Shirelles, the Chiffons, female groups from the early and mid 1960s. How did you happen to decide to pursue that sort of music?
Because of my profound likeness of the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And
And we also do the 70s also. We do a little mixture of the 60s and 70s.
Mhm.
We celebrate the female vocal groups of the 60s and 70s.
And not only that, but I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but I sure remember that Motown era and preceding and shortly thereafter, you could understand the words.
That's right.
You know, and you could sing along even when you weren't supposed to. And Eva tells me to be quiet because she's videoing on something else that was picking up the sound. So, but that's one of the main things. You could groove to those songs, you could
That's
dance,
right.
you could sing to them,
That's
and
right.
because you could hear and understand the lyrics.
That's right.
Yeah.
And as I was listening to the first selection, which the folks have already heard, we had that on our playlist in Paynesville when I was working a contemporary disc jockey shift, and I must have
Okay.
played it 100 times if I played it once, and I still couldn't remember who the performer was. Who did what are you going to do when I'm gone?
Brenda Holloway.
Brenda Holloway, yes, I should have known. Interesting that you chose, even though you specialize in the female groups from the 60s, the two songs you're doing for us this evening, you chose solo artists, Brenda Holloway and then Mary Wells.
Yes.
How did you happen to decide on those two particular songs for our amazement and amusement this evening?
Well, they're one of our, our favorite songs. And that was a song that we selected as a group.
How often do you get together to rehearse? Because you sound as if you've been together for much more than a year.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. But we rehearse every once a week.
And you mentioned you do songs from the 70s as well. What other groups or individuals do you do disco? Do you do
We
any
do
disco?
disco.
Oh,
We
good. That's
do-
what I want to hear.
Yes, yes, we do.
You
We
do disco.
The Pointer Sisters. We do Donna Summers.
Oh,
we
yes.
do Disco Inferno.
Yeah,
With a few twists of our own too.
Anita Pointer just celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago. I know that because I do the birthday list on my radio program. It was her 60. I can't believe Anita Pointer is 65 years old. That's hard to believe. And Donna Summer left us much too early
Yeah,
last
that
year.
Was, that was very sad.
A lot of performing artists
Yes.
tend to leave in clusters.
Yes,
Quite.
that's right.
Well, Sandy, let me ask you a question. In relationship to the TraLaLas, what have been some of your performances lately? I know you've been real honored because you have just recently finished performing where?
At the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, and that was very exciting.
Okay,
For all of
who
us.
did you entertain at that performance? Who was the audience for that performance? Was it a general? Was it a special event?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was a free event.
Okay, and the community could come
for the
in.
Martin Luther King birthday celebration.
Okay. Now, do you have anything else on your performing agenda calendar coming up soon that you'd like to talk about?
We do have something coming up in March, the Black Women's Soul Expo,
Okay,
which is going to be held at the Renaissance.
hotel,
Okay.
yes.
This Saturday, we're going to do a couple of songs for Keith Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about that.
And where will you be performing then?
That's going to be at the Civic, Mayfield.
Civic?
Mhm.
Oh,
We
yes.
remember the Civic, don't we?
Our old stomping
That's
ground.
right. Yeah, that's
Yes,
where
been a
where
long
Wake Up and
time.
Live started.
Oh,
yeah.
And you know that's been over 10 years now? It's closer to 20.
It's been 15.
15.
For me anyway. It was December of 1998.
Really, yeah.
So
So,
it was
it's
quite a
time
while
has
ago.
marched along. So is this a general audience or is this a special
No,
event?
this is a private
Okay,
event.
at the Civic. Okay.
Now, after the folks have heard the program this evening, they're going to want to know how they can book the TraLaLas. Who
Okay.
should they contact if they would like to book your organization? That's not the word that I wanted. Your band,
Your
group,
vocal group.
your group.
Yes, your vocal group.
Your well-organized vocal group.
Well, we have a website, and it's www.thetralalas.net.
Okay.
Okay.
And it'll be spelled out hopefully correctly on the
Most definitely.
graphics. Yeah.
Yes.
But it is the space
The
TraLaLas. And
No, it's all together.
All together.
The TraLaLas.
yes. And
.net.
so we'll have that up for you.
Okay.
And is there a phone number or an email address in addition to the website for contact?
Yes, there is. The TraLaLas3
Uh-huh.
at gmail.com.
Okay, so that folks can, and we always know that folks can contact the entertainment that we offer by contacting us at wakeup4664@aol.com. If you cannot reach our performers, our guests, our entertainment, and our fabulous talent. And we can always connect you if you contact us as well. So what's up for you next? After this coming weekend in the March event, what is on your 2013 calendar? Anything special yet?
We're working on it.
And where are we? You should be in the studio by now, shouldn't you? Working on CDs?
We're planning on something in about 6 months.
And when you do...
Our very first single.
a single. Okay. So when you get that done, let us know, and if we can be of help showcasing it, we'll see where we are at that point in time.
Have you selected
you.
the song yet that you want to release as a single?
Yes.
Will that be a precursor to an album or CD nowadays?
For an album, yes.
What style is it going to be? Something similar to what we heard this evening?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
And who is the songwriter?
Lou Raglan, as a matter of fact, one of the females that's in the group is her father.
Oh, really?
Okay. And speaking of dropping CDs and DVDs and YouTubes, we have to plug. You know, we're getting to the point where we just plug our own. Hey, nothing wrong with that. It's our show.
Absolutely. It's our
I'm
show.
the
We can do
producer,
what
I'm
we
the
want with
director.
it.
Yeah, Lester, videographer, is in charge behind the camera. So we can do what we want.
If we're not going to blow our own horn, who else is going to do it?
You need to know that Mariama White has just dropped her single via YouTube. We Be One, We Be One. And I will be posting it myself from the Wake Up and Lives Actors Studio email list. So we surely want you to support Mariama White in her newest endeavor, her solo, We Be One. It is fantastic.
And I just happened to see that too.
Oh, yes, because people have already started, posting it on her behalf. So I would expect to see something like that, or even, no such thing as better, but even better, from the TraLaLas.
The TraLaLas.
Okay.
Now, Sandy, I'd like to ask you about the song that we are going to hear in a few minutes, which is an old Mary Wells song, You Beat Me to the Punch. As I mentioned, it's one of my all-time favorite songs.
Okay.
When you specialize in performing music that has been made famous by other people, how influenced are you? How much did the Mary Wells version of the original version, influence the way you perform it, and how much of it is you performing this song?
It was one of the very first songs that I heard from the 60s, and I said, one day I'm going to sing that song. And
you
I'm
are
singing it.
So who would be, it sounds like, according to what you and Gary are talking about, that folks like Mary Wells would be your inspiration, your role models.
Yes.
Now, as a performing artist, a singer who has a young group moving on up the charts, as we say, what advice would you give aspiring young vocalists in particular, or artists who are trying to form a small group like yours? What kind of words of encouragement or words of, get busy, get real, and what it takes if they're interested in pursuing this type of career?
I always say to dream big and to stay focused on what you want to do, and never allow anyone to tell you you cannot do it.
Okay, all right. And were you born a singer, or is this something that evolved throughout your lifetime?
Throughout my lifetime.
Do you have other avocations or vocations? I know you're in theater.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I've done a few productions at Caramoo. I've done the Marvin Gaye story at the Cleveland Playhouse.
Okay.
And
so you are a thespian and a vocal artist as well. So we got a lot of talent floating around here in Cleveland.
Yes, we have.
And we certainly, as we bring this segment to a wrap, we certainly want to encourage you to support all the performing artists and entertainers and actors. I mean, we've got a slew of folks that we showcase here, dancers, musicians, vocalists, and we try to make our community more aware of what's in the arts and offer you opportunities to participate. So that if you are interested in being a guest on our show, feel free to contact us at wakeup4664@aol.com, and we'll see if we can make arrangements. So we want to thank Sandy Bass and the TraLaLas. We certainly want to thank, because I'd be in so much trouble if I didn't give a special thanks to the Grande Dame of Theater, Norma Jean Powell.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
We also can be rather silly on this show, as you can see. And I'm often remiss about thanking Lester Bryant Sr., our videographer, because he does all that behind the scenes work to make us look really good. And we need to remind folks that we are adding another thanks to Ivy Trailer, the owner of the Greenmont Party Center, who sponsors us by allowing us to use his
Yes,
place
without
as
Ivy's
our
generosity,
studio.
we would be in the parking lot. And it's 8 below zero out there right
yes,
now.
It is, yeah. And so stay tuned. You're going to be learning more about our special benefit, A Night of Play Acts, Saturday, April 13th, with our headlining musician, Ed Ridley Jr. and his friends. But we'll have more about that later. But in the meantime, we always end our program by saying,
Be sure to wake up and live with the arts every day.
That day I first saw you passing by, I wanted to know your name, but I was much too shy. But I was looking at you so hard until you must have had a hunch. So you came up to me and asked me my name. You beat me to the punch. That time you beat me to the punch. You beat me to the punch. Oh, after I hadn't known you for what seems like a long, long time, I wanted to ask you, would you please be mine? Whenever you came around, my heart would pound, and so you must have had a hunch. So you came up to me and asked me to be yours. You beat me to the punch. One more time. You beat me to the punch. You beat me to the punch. Since I loved you, I thought you would be true and love me tender. So I let my heart surrender to you. Yes, I did. But I found out beyond a doubt one day, boy, you are a playboy who would go away and leave me. Ooh, so I ain't gonna wait around for you to put me down. This time I'm gonna play my hunch and walk away this very day and beat you to the punch. One more time, I'll beat you to the punch. Yes, I will. Let you know how it